Sarah Sandra Huckabees was gold, absolutely gold, when she used to shut the news media down. Well, this gal does really pretty damn good well herself. Carolyn Levitt, okay? And here's where she takes on, it sounds like he has a English accent, but watch how she handles him about these illegals in their Minnesota's the hot topic, and about ICE. I'm for ICE, baby. You bet your ass I'm for ICE.
Earlier, you were just defending ICE agents generally, and earlier on, Secretary Noem spoke to the media, and she said, among other things, that they are doing everything correctly. 32 people died in ICE custody last year. 170 US citizens were detained by ICE, and Renee Good was shot in the head and killed by an ICE agent. How does that equate to them doing everything correctly?
First of all, they're not U.S. citizens. They're illegals that they detain. In fact, I have a story to tell you about the deputy sheriff that showed up at the front door. I keep telling you this. I'm going to tell you the story. He agreed with everything I said. One of the things I told him was this. These guys were doing drugs across the street, down the street. I said, all they had to do was come out and check them out, and guess what? The whole house would have been emptied out. All of them. There was over 17 adults in this house. You ought to see the mess they left it in for the new, probably illegals that moved in. And then down the street, too. The minute this happened, and I told him, and that was what Tom Coleman said. He said, if we go in that house to arrest one of the bad guys and they're all illegal, they're all going. They would have, and they were bragging about it. I want you guys to hear that. The Sobranos were bragging about, we're illegal, we got everything. We got our WICs, we got our Social Security, we got our license, they got everything. And they were still getting their fucking checks. It pisses me off. But listen to the rest of this.
Why was Renee Good unfortunately and tragically killed?
Oh, you're asking me,
She's an idiot.
Because an ICE agent acted recklessly and killed her unjustifiably.
Oh, okay. So you're a biased reporter with a left-wing opinion.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah, because you're a left-wing hack. You're not a reporter. You're posing in this room as a journalist, and it's so clear by the premise of your question. And you and the people in the media who have such biases but fake like you're a journalist, you shouldn't even be sitting in that seat. But you're pretending like you're a journalist, but you're a left-wing activist. And the question that you just raised and your answer proves your bias. You should be reporting on the facts. You should be reporting on the cases. Do you have the numbers of how many American citizens were killed at the hands of illegal aliens who ICE is trying to remove from this country? I bet you don't. I bet you didn't even read up on those stories. I bet you never even read about Laken Riley or Jocelyn Nungray or all of the innocent Americans who were killed at the hands of illegal aliens in this country. And the brave men and women of ICE are doing everything in their power to remove those heinous individuals and make our communities safer.
Okay? Well, there you have it. Now, the only thing I'm going to throw in is this. I know about Lincoln Riley, but I can't remember this one gal or her name, but she was brutally attacked and they drug under a bridge and slammed against the wall, raped, and stabbed several dozen times until she was bloody mess. And then the bastard illegal, and guess what? He was a South American. And guess what? He left her there to die. And they even told the father they didn't want them to even identify the body. It was so ravaged and ripped apart. And the father went down to where she was killed under the bridge. And the wall, where he stood her up against the wall and raped her and then stabbed her as he was raping her. The whole wall was just, the father said, I could see her image where her head would be and her shoulders and the rest, and just a bloody stinking mess. And he was crying. I can't remember that one's name, but I don't know if Carolyn mentioned her, but I'll never forget that. It sickened me. I want them out of this fucking country, all of them. And that means especially in this blue state that's housing and codifying to all these stinking illegals that happen to be from South America, Mexico, and all the rest of them, Honduras, Nicaragua, and all of them. Get them out. Juanito's rant, big rant. That's right. I'm pissed. I'm mad. Juanito out, a.k.a. John Sanchez. But isn't Carolyn Levitt beautiful? She handles herself very well. I'm proud of her. Juanito out, a.k.a. John Sanchez.